This week on the Push Four Legs podcast, it's my first experience of a client coming to me with AI stuff. And why is James Smith selling creatine? Take my creatine.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Poor Legs podcast with myself, Dan Meek.
And me, Tom. What's going on, bro?
I bet you're not taking it. That's your problem, mate.
I know. That's why I'm so
Because
big.
you're not. It's why it's so difficult to take it because you need to pick the scoop up out of the bag, put it in a drink, and drink it. It's tough, mate. Not everyone can do that, unfortunately.
Every single
Um,
time I go to take it, yeah. I take it for like 2, 3 days. Because
I,
saying
has
that, I
anyone ever
do.
finished a bag of creatine? That's my question.
I have my electrolytes every day, though.
Oh, do you
I don't know,
really?
but I think that I get like a proper mental different change after having them. I can know when I've not had them, and I know when I've had them.
Really? Electrolytes?
Electrolytes. I swear,
No
my
way.
my like slight jadedness or like tiredness fucks off. I don't know whether
Really?
it's a mental thing or I swear,
Yeah,
like
I reckon that's placebo. Surely.
it feels like I'm like, oh, unless I run on like such
I don't think
low
electrolytes are
sodium.
that. I don't think they're that important. Like, obviously, if you're training a lot, they are. But I can't imagine going to sleep and wake and going to sleep. It makes you that dehydrated to that point. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm a really shit nutritionist now for not thinking that.
I don't
I
know.
don't think that having those. Is it that you no? Is it that you have that because you have that much water with it, and you don't then have any water when you have your
Maybe.
don't have electrolytes?
It might be a case of that as well. Because all
Yeah.
maybe in the case of like the morning, I won't drink enough water, but I'll drink enough coffee. But
Yes. So like I get these ones over here, the Humantra. I think they made it over to UK now, haven't they, Humantra? They started off here, I
yeah,
think.
yeah, Chloe's gone. Yeah.
And they have vitamin C, vitamin B12, calcium, fucking everything. It doesn't even just have electrolytes. It's got like
Yeah.
everything. Magnesium, zinc, has zinc in it as well, chromium, chloride. That's obviously sea salt. Um, yeah, potassium. Yeah. I mean, the thing I laugh about this is it always says on the box, take 2 to 4 servings daily. Now, you do not need 4 servings of electrolytes daily. That's just them trying to make more money off you, all right?
Just yeah.
Um,
That's insane.
yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, the reason we're talking about these lovely little sticks, you can't see it unless you're watching a video, which I doubt Tom uploads anymore.
I
Um,
do.
oh, do you? You still made
Yeah,
it? Okay.
yeah, yeah, I still
The
do.
sticks,
Yeah.
sticks. There we go.
Is it-
No, it's because I posted on my Instagram about James Smith bringing out creatine, and I just thought it's quite amusing. That it's like one of the most studied and widely available supplements that he's decided to release himself, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, that's why we're chatting about the old sachets there of that. But I feel like we don't have enough banter and chat at the start now, Tom, because the wedding's been and gone. It's that's the only thing we were talking about, really, wasn't it, before? And we
we
haven't, and
don't?
you're not playing golf anymore because it's too cold there, and now you've got a wife
Well,
who's not
no,
allowed to play anymore.
I've been
So
asked to play
no,
golf like the last couple of weeks as well, and I have a round ready to go if I want to. There's two Brocket matches I've missed, and then another round in Harpenden on Friday. It's just like just got a lot of work this month. Unfortunately, because
yeah.
I'm taking the whole of December pretty much off. I kind of have to do a heavy November, so it keeps like, oh yeah, come out, it's fine, it's fine. You're retiring in April. You can do what the fuck you like. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I need to not for
You need to
sure.
actually do some work
I need
soon,
to do
yeah.
some work, which is
Oh,
slightly annoying. So I've not played golf. I've not played golf since we played golf,
that's a long
which
time, Tom.
yeah, I've not hit a ball, but I have played lots of
I've
football.
shot my best ever round since in that time when you've not played it.
Oh,
So
true. That you because you got spurred on from the absolute demolition job that you would have had over here. You were just like, oh.
yeah, to be fair, like yeah,
It came up in conversation today with David Sleeth, who obviously you talked about it at the wedding, and he was like, I was like, oh, did you watch any of the Abu Dhabi like stuff? And I was talking about the, he's like, oh, is it his links, right? You played there a lot, like the Dan likes it there, but he's shit over here, right? And I was like, yeah, those greens, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Because I
those
was
ones
like
are
describing like, yeah, his links greens are a little bit longer than like what we're used to. Like, yeah, they tend to stick very well. You can because like you could see like. They were like everybody was flying it right to the pin, weren't they? For on everything on that course.
unbelievable.
Absolutely
Like yeah,
insane.
I'm
But
playing that on Friday, so it'd be interesting to
mm,
see what it's like.
but
Yeah.
yeah, not enough banter. I'm sorry. I went to another wedding.
Another one, not your
on
own, not your
Saturday.
own
No, I
one.
didn't
A
have another
second one,
one.
yeah.
I had to redo
Yeah,
it
fair
because
enough.
just without you, that whole facade was
Yeah,
just for you. We had
don't blame
a
you.
nice quiet one.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone else kept getting invited except me to the same. You just repeat the same thing just without me. Yeah,
like,
brilliant.
thank God.
That'd be brilliant. Yeah, but let's do the
Mm.
proper one now. Let's do the real one. Yeah.
No, it was cute. It was very British, really British. Like in terms of like, it would have been like a wedding that you would have been to. Oh, for sure.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah. It was, everybody's been like, was it as good as yours? How good was it slightly different? I'm like, it's so like weird to compare as well. Because the last thing, obviously mine, I'm just thinking it was the best thing ever. So this is the only thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like
It's just like
any wedding that's yours is surely the best wedding.
like this is really unfair to compare. I was like, this is
Go
madness.
without saying.
So yeah, so it was fun. Drank way too much, which is always good.
Ooh,
All
dear
good. So
Tommy.
obviously now I'm dieting. Well, I had been dieting before, but obviously with November and socials, it's hard. Literally, like straight away, I'm like immediately when I say to Chloe, like I'm dieting, like I'm literally going to be like I'm almost going. I'm going to be fasting basically. That's what I'm doing because
Yeah,
I was like, you're like, she's impossible to diet with. Honestly, impossible. It's like social event, social event, social event. I'm just like, all right. I've just the choice for me is just like eat or don't eat. Like that's all I can do. Like that's all I'm allowed to do. So literally, I'm waking up like having a yogurt and then just fasting throughout the whole fucking day. So I've not had much today, mate. So if I'm
yeah.
cranky, might be right.
Might be why. Yeah.
So no, I'll be. We had the opportunity of eating out this evening, and we are eating out tomorrow evening. We are eating out on Thursday evening. We are eating out on Saturday evening. I'm like, great, good work, Tyson.
There's
This,
a lot
this
of
is
the
this has gone well. But yeah, it's all fun. It's all fun. But I've started like having this one because I'm really bored.
Oh, zero caffeine. Eh?
Zero caffeine. Yeah.
Not sure about that. Does it taste any different?
Not really, no. It's all right.
Oh,
It's a little
I,
bit.
I just don't understand. There must be a reason to put the caffeine in Diet Coke for taste. It must be for taste because there's no reason you'd have it in there for anything else.
You think?
That's why I just find it odd that they do. The caffeine-free version must taste different, otherwise they wouldn't do it. They just make it caffeine-free all the time, surely.
They've changed the can. This used to be all gold, the caffeine free
Yeah,
one. Now they're trying to trick you.
trying to
So
trick you. Yeah,
it
yeah,
should
yeah.
be like just the zero one, but really
There you
interested.
go. So
You see
exciting
that.
that day's been.
My day has not been exciting, unfortunately. Training people, writing lectures, getting annoyed. That's about it. That's about it.
Oh no, you found out today you found 500 to 700 quid that you should be getting.
But I
So there you
don't
go, you
know.
found some
I
money.
don't know. Pay your bills, people.
Yeah.
If you do work for someone else, make sure they pay you. On lovely swings and roundabouts. I could say on here. I won't mention who the education provider is, but yeah, I've done lectures for other education providers. Shockingly, sometimes I'm good at work. My job gets noticed. But then I was talking, as we do on Instagram, we go backwards and forwards with certain coaches or whatever, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I really enjoyed your webinar or your talk on this such a platform." I was like, I didn't think that was live. I did that. I wrote these lectures, guys, pretty much to the day about 11 months ago, maybe. And yeah, I've not been paid. I know I have not been paid. It's something you'd remember, right? You're just like, I know I've been paid on that. I don't do a lot
Yeah.
of like guest lectures. I'm like, pretty sure I've been paid for that. So yeah, it's interesting. Unless they're waiting for a certain amount of sign-ups to then pay guest lecturers. So I don't really know. I did free lectures as well. I've just looked through their curriculum. I've done like more than most people. Most people only done like one. Like, what the
Wow.
fuck? Absolutely outrageous. Anyway,
Extremely outrageous.
that'll be it's always a fun message to write.
Oh, it will be, mate, when you get like finding money down the back of the sofa, that isn't it? It's
I know. I'm
lovely.
just
Yeah, you
like,
can't
hang on a minute.
complain, can you?
Like,
Right?
I'm not responsible for your sign-ups. Like,
Yeah,
come
you
on,
get a nice little new little driver on a new little three-wood out of that. You know, it'll work nice, wouldn't it? Eh?
be straight in the old wedding fund,
Honeymoon fund.
honeymoon fund. But we've got to do that now. We've got to go through we got our marriage certificate
Oh,
through. It's
official.
exciting. Um, And then we still got to do that. We got to go through our lists and stuff. We've got to decide whether we're going to put in an order for our wedding gifts before we go away or after we come back. Like, 'cause it feels
Mm.
like a bit much. Maybe we don't really need it all, but need it all. The extravagance of everything. All these very nice people that bought us things. Dan bought us a bunch of knives and then wrote, "Go cut yourself."
Oh, well, that's not what I wrote, was it? That makes me sound bad. That's not what I said.
Mm.
I think I said mind your fingers or something, didn't I?
Yeah,
Something
something
like
like that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And we're
yeah,
just
yeah.
going through judging everybody who bought us different monetary value gifts with like, we know you earn more than that. What are you
Oh
doing?
wow,
Hmm.
flipping out. Mm.
Yeah, that's how horrible we are. And then because we've also got 3 other weddings, 4 other weddings,
Ah, okay, yeah.
5 other weddings to go to, and we're seeing what gifts that they bought so we can reciprocate. And then we might not even bothered. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I went. I mean, with the gifts, I went two pronged for me. There was part of it where it's like, okay, yeah, it's got to be something that's worthwhile and nice. Like you were like, I wouldn't buy you bedding because it's just like that's like it's just not a cool
It's
thing to
like your
buy
bedding
someone.
was shit when I visited.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what I want to
And
use.
then, but then I also wanted to get something that I was like looking through it. I was like, I want it to be something that you would use regularly, or if you did buy it and you requested it, that you would use regularly. So there's just a constant reminder there that's like, oh yeah, Dan got us these. Like Dan got us these. That's nice. Dan
Both
got
not
us these.
engraved.
It wasn't an
But
option. If it was, mate, I would have put my name all over them. Don't you worry about it. But no,
we
but like, it's just because I was always thinking as well about something that I'd want because I went through the list and again, respectfully, obviously, I know you did it as a couple and you buy stuff for the house, but like, I
did
went through
we
and I
did
was
we
like,
did we do it as a couple?
yeah, okay, maybe not, yeah, but I was like, I was sat there going, I wouldn't want someone to buy me that, but do you know what I mean? Again, bedding. I was like, no one wants bedding, like towels. Like, I don't want to get you that stuff. And then I saw them and I was like, they look really nice. I was like, they're really nice. And I was like, that'd be a cool thing to have. Like, it's a nice thing, really good, solid set like that. I was like, that's why I went for it,
It's
mate. I
so funny
thought there was
that
thought
like
behind
you
it.
you were doing that about the bedding because I was like, it's such a boring thing for me to buy. I'd rather someone else to buy it for me.
Yeah,
that was my
but I
thing
also
on it.
think it's something
But
that
it's just a
like,
shit present as well.
but I
Like,
also thought it's something like an acquaintance would get you. Like, like
yeah, yeah.
I was like, you know what? It's not something I'd get you. You know what I mean? I was
One
just
of the
like,
one of the funny ones as well. My client Ali didn't come to the wedding, but he was like, "Oh, send me the thing. I'll buy you a gift." And he was like, "I loved it. There was a food processor. That's the most white wedding thing to buy." So he bought that. And he was like, he was like, I saw it, and I was like, that's what every movie I've ever seen about white people getting married, and he's gay, and he's like white kind of heterosexual being getting married. They always get a food processor or a blender. So I bought you that. I was
brilliant.
like, brilliant.
Love
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
Yeah.
fancy like processor blender thing as well. I was
It's good
like,
though that you can.
Jesus.
It's good though that you can basically like accept or reject it and then just take the monetary value.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Just be
So you
like,
might just go, actually, guys,
reallocate.
we don't want any of that, guys. We're just going to take all of it. Again, I also won't be offended if you decide to not get the knives you wanted and just take
Oh,
them
we will
on
be
your
getting
honeymoon.
knives. If
So
they're
yeah,
those
respectfully.
ones or a different set, I don't know. We definitely 1,000% need a new set of knives.
Were they blue? I feel like they were a bit blue. There was something blue on them. I'm
Yeah,
trying to remember now.
I think it was more like I knew I needed knives, and those were the ones that were
Mm.
on that thing. Whether we can reallocate and send it for a different company, I don't
Right,
really
yeah.
know. We might be able to, but we
Uh,
will be getting knives, don't worry. Unfortunately, we will
okay.
be thinking of you when we cut things.
There you go. Yeah,
The
all good.
those dolls of Dan that with us, you know.
What are you using for? Yeah.
All right, 3 things to talk about today, Dan.
Ooh.
Because you got me on because you got me on because you started talking about creatine. I went on ChatGPT. We can talk about AI and two certain things today. Went on ChatGPT and did a supplement quiz, a real or fake supplement quiz. So we'll see how nutritionist you are. See if you
Fucking
still
hell.
you give it all the big shot. I've still got nutrition clients. I don't
Yeah.
even do it anymore. Let's see whether you even know them.
Mate, I've never made them any fucking supplements to take. Give me with that.
Well, I did do I was thinking about doing a food one, but I think we've done that before. We can do nutritionist, so we'll do that, and then we need to talk about James Smith, Creatine, and
Mm.
then we'll talk about AI and my clients, which is an
Okay.
interesting one. It was quite an interesting thing that one of my clients, Nick, did this week. It wasn't bad for me per se, but definitely bad for somebody else. Anyway, I'm going to get awkwardly close to this because my phone's running out of battery. Sorry.
Oh dear.
And I've got a handily placed plug.
You not got one of the new phones, Tom? I thought you'd be all over the new iPhone, the new orange one.
Mate, my iPhone is an iPhone 13.
Good man. That's what I like to hear.
I could not be bothered. I'm like, I know that the cinematic camera on that is good enough for content. I haven't switched it since.
Don't
Such a
need to.
loser. Such a loser. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't excite me anymore. What are they on? 17, 18?
Well, no, because they're so they can't bring out anything new for them anymore. Like when we first got them, when you think about iPhone 4 and 5 and 6, there was big developments on them, big
Yeah, yeah.
changes. Everyone was really excited. And now it's just like, oh, the camera's got an extra 1,000 pixels to go with the other million pixels. Okay, it's
Cool.
1.001 billion pixels now. It's just like it's not really anything that changes there.
It's like the only thing I feel like I can't do is like that um take away other people in the background of a picture, like right
Yeah,
there
yeah,
and then. But I can do that in other pieces of software.
yeah.
Doesn't
Easy, innit?
It's not that bad. Anyway, supplement list. Right, we've got nine, Dan. I don't know why I wrote nine. Normally top 10. But
Nine.
I'm on the nines today because I don't know whether you saw. Yeah, I got a few messages off on my coaches from my in my group who are doing their contrast training this month. And this week on I think they're in week two of progression, but they've gone from eights to reps of nine.
Oh, I bet they hate
Though
that
me and you used to do that quite often, didn't we? We're just
all
like,
the time.
and they're fuming. Literally, I've got about five, six messages today going, "What the fuck?" Like everything in my like OCD, it was either eight or ten. I'm like, yeah, nine though. What? I want you to do nine.
Yeah, you're doing 9, 7, and 11. So
Just
deal with that. What are you gonna do about it?
That's in the range. Like you say, 8 to 12. I gave you nine. It's fine.
Yeah, people need to get over that, don't they?
Yeah, I know
Big
they do.
time.
Fucking
Yeah.
weirdos. All right. They always double take you if you say it in person as well. Nine. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You can count to that number. Seen it before. You usually go
Yeah.
past it, but we're going to stop just before there. It's all fine. All right, number one, Dan. See if you get these correct. I think you will. I'll back you. I reckon you're going to go nine for nine.
No pressure.
Okay. Number one, beta alanine.
That one's true. That is a supplement.
That is true. It is a
Tingly supplement.
tingly. It's a performance enhancer. Get my some of the old five. If you do anything from like 800 meters to like I don't know marathons, offsets a bit of lactate, isn't it? Allegedly,
Supposedly. Yeah.
supposedly, that's the tingles, and then it's like if it's tingling, it's working. Uh, you have to have that.
That's why they put it on the
Don't
pre-workouts, isn't it?
Yeah, don't really know, but I don't know why that if it is only a lactate buffer of sorts, why are they putting it pre-workout? Does it do anything
Because it
else?
tingles. That's why they do it.
Oh, that's the only, but it's not an performance
It's the
benefit from
placebo. No, 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 no.
the actual stuff
No.
that
No.
probably not a lot of people are going to get into their lactate
Well, because
threshold or
technically,
build up.
technically beta alanine as well, you need to load it and also do it away from the training window. So
Mm.
that would be pointless. Like to
Mm,
take it pre-workout. It is literally because it gives you that feeling of, oh, it's working, the pre-workout. That's why they do it. It's marketing. It's very
wonderful.
clever.
Thermoshock XR.
It, we're talking supplement brand names or actual supplements that work, because that's not a supplement.
So it says
It's not a supplement.
correct.
But it could be a brand name. It sounds
It could be a
fucking
brand name,
stupid.
yeah. Do you remember
Yeah.
Thermobol? Thermobol was the big
Yes.
one, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That was who was that Maxi Muscle? Was that?
Maximus or yeah,
Yeah,
Maximus.
yeah. I took them.
Yeah. Worked. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Could tell.
worked. Well, but I also took them whilst I was intermittently fasting. So don't know
There
which
you
one it
go.
was.
I wonder.
Number three, ashwagandha.
That is a supplement.
Yes. What's it do then?
That's in Newtonic, that is, isn't it?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure he's put it in Newtonic. Or is it ginseng? Is he put in that? I don't know. Something like
Ginseng's a
that.
big
Fuck
one.
knows.
Yeah.
It's
Do
one of these
wonders.
adaptogens. It's supposed to be a herb and adaptogen, which is supposed to help you. I don't know if it's regulate cortisol or I don't know. It's supposed to be something to do with stress,
Yeah,
relieving
it's
stress.
something to do with stress and testosterone, isn't it?
It's an adaptogen. It's an
Mm,
adaptogen, I think is the technical term.
that sounds
Yeah.
made up. That one's fake. Adaptive. No.
Adaptogen.
Making up shit, mate. Number
Yeah.
four, Neuro Boosting 9000.
I mean, I think that one's fake.
Hence why I thought you'd get nine for nine. It says classic scam supplement name. That's a classic scam
It
supplement
is,
name,
isn't it?
apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, number five, BCAA.
I mean, it's a supplement, but it shouldn't be.
Yes. So, it also says classic scam supplement name. Okay,
Yeah, I was
cool.
about to say, yeah, yeah. That is another classic scam supplement. So
Yeah, of course we know branch chain amino acids. I'll let you know that. Green coffee bean extract.
that is a supplement, I believe, that
Mm,
has been sold on my protein before.
it certainly has.
I
I've
would
also taken
never
it
take
before.
it. I
I've
would
taken it
never
before.
take it in a million years.
I've taken
Um,
it.
I bet you have, yeah.
Yeah, part of that fat burning zone I was in the whole time. Lovely. Which actually, if you want to actually learn about the fat burning zone and what it fucking does, members group, we did a whole talk on it. Lovely. And what you actually is it something to do with zone two running and zone two heart rate? Yes, it is.
Mm.
Shit. What actually happens from fat lipid burning and shit to when you're getting towards lactate? Crazy, but you're burning fat the whole time, aren't you? Just all the time.
Yeah.
Number seven, hyper pump nitro core.
Don't think that one's a supplement.
Apparently it says.
If it was though, I'd want it. Let's
I
just say
mean,
that.
I love all the names. They're so good. And like hyper pump is one word with a big P, and then nitro core is one word with a big C. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It
I buy
sounds it,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
And then number eight, the topic of today, creatine monohydrate.
That is a supplement, Tom.
Yep, one of the most proven supplements ever. And then number nine, probably the most, I don't know, out there one, collagen peptides.
That is a supplement.
That
It's
is
not
a
one I'd be
supplement.
taking, but
No, told you, nine for nine.
thanks,
ChatGPT
mate.
is kind of yeah,
Believe in me.
should have done a bit harder ones. I think we'll do a
Well, I think
harder
they
one
could have
next time.
made it a bit harder, yeah. But I think it was like that's a little bit like the one that I did for you though. That was like I think it was the food or not food one, and it was just like a bit ridiculous. I was like,
Yeah, bit
come on,
crazy.
ChatGPT, let's make
Come
it a
on.
little bit better.
But what should we get? Yeah, we'll go straight into creatine because they're both relatable. Look at that with segues. Creatine, and then we'll talk more ChatGPT. So James Smith. Well, it's not really about the creatine though, is it? It's more about him as a human.
Well, yeah, like
Mm.
I posted this on my Instagram stories, and it was kind of like there's a lesson to be learned here with what James Smith has done, and it's the fact that again coaches talk all the time about how coaching's saturated, it's a saturated market, blah blah blah, right? Which I think is just parroted a little bit by people, and I think that it's just a great example of for me. I said, well, look, he's selling creatine, which is probably the most widely available cheap supplement that you can possibly buy. Proven, works, everyone knows what it does, everyone knows what it is, blah blah, right? So you kind of look at it and go, well, why is he bothering then? Why is he selling it? And I said on my story, I was like, he'll make a success of it. And I said, and it's because and the reason he'll make a success of it is because he's James Smith, not because he's selling creatine. And it's remembering that we talk about personal branding a lot. We talk about being yourself, and people kind of always, oh, it's crap advice, don't be yourself, blah, 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 whatever. It's like, okay. But when we say that, we mean your passion, your direction, what you're good at, being an authority, not stopping, showing that you give a shit, whatever it might be, right? You do that, and you could argue that James Smith's done that. Whether we like him or not, or like whatever he stands for, is neither here nor there. You can't argue the fact that he's a does a very very good job of doing this and building a personal brand. And obviously he's teamed up with Chris Williamson, who does this even better than James Smith, in my opinion. Certainly now with his podcast and the way he is and the way he does things, right? Um, so you've got two people that are very powerful, got very big audiences of people who are literally hanging on their every word. And so when they bring out creatine, people will buy it. Even if they didn't buy creatine before, or they bought it from a different place that was cheaper, right? They will spend more money to buy their version because they believe them as humans over the companies that were selling the creatine before. They trust them more than those other people. They trust them that they'll do a good job, that they trust their ethics, they trust it's going to be pure, they trust it's going to taste good because they like Newtonic, whatever it could be, right? But also because of the way that these two conduct themselves as individuals on a daily basis on Instagram. And it's remembering that the personalities that they have and what they stand for and what they believe in and the way they go about things is more important than the actual product. Yes, the product has to work. Yes, it has to be useful, all those good things like creatine is. But the point of it is that these guys are proving that it's actually very little to do with the product that you're selling. And it's a lot more to do with how you're selling it, who you are, all that other good stuff as well, right? Now, there's a little thing in it where what they're doing is they're going in more on the mechanism behind taking it. So the whole story around creatine, like I've seen a video where they're talking about it, and it's like people forget to take it as a scoop, they forget to take it, they forget to add it to their protein shakes. So they've made it as a sachet, which you take one a day. I assume the flavors are nice and it tastes good, and that you add it to a drink and you drink it every single day, right? So they're kind of playing on the mechanism behind the reason people forget it. And that's why they can probably charge more money for it as well, because it's going to be that you're probably going to get far less creatine for what you're paying, but it's the convenience of the sachet to take it in, right? And that could be the thing that you use as the bullshit excuse you tell yourself for why you're going to buy it. But the reality is you're buying it because it's them selling it. That's why you're buying it. Um, and none of us are immune to this. And I think people can assume they're immune to it and they can assume that, oh, I wouldn't fall for that. I wouldn't. Oh, you would. We all do. We all do it all the time. Like I've brought up previously about March-On supplements and March-On as a brand. March-On are very, very smart with this. They know that if their influencers and their athletes are seen using March-On supplements, and March-On as a brand is very inspiring in terms of what they have achieved physically from an athletic point of view, it's a status symbol that you're sharing on your story that I take March on supplements. Therefore, I'm the sort of person that aspires to be like this. I aspire to be the best. I aspire to do this. And it's exactly the same with Newtonic as a brand. Is you aspire to be a bit different. Like with the energy drink, it's not an energy drink, it's a productivity drink. It's a world's first, blah blah blah. It's like make coffee was around before that. That's a productivity drink, like if you want to be specific. But again, they're one of one in their market, right? So it's just using creatine as a way to kind of, I suppose, I don't want to say make more money out of people, but just monetize their personal brand. That's just the vehicle they've used to do it. Like I said, there's nothing magic about the creatine.
Yeah.
It's been around for years. We've had it available to us for years. People still won't take it, and they'll still buy the sachets, and they still won't take it, and they'll still forget. But in a moment, they'll go, "Oh, but I'll buy it because of that, because Gene Smith said so." It's like, okay,
There's
cool.
also, yeah, there's also like a narrative behind it, right? Because there wasn't that long ago, half a year maybe, that he did his whole thing, and it's very much in people's mind about exposing creatine gummies. And now
Yeah.
he's had problem. Guess what his marketing is doing?
Yep.
Solution. Like these guys were the frauds. This doesn't work. There was no creatine in it. You know where there is creatine? My creatine. Like
Hmm.
Bosch. All right, I've got his business kind of savvy, right? This was the problem. These creatine gummies don't work. What are you doing? This is moronic. Oh wait,
Hmm.
but I've captured your attention and created this massive hype around this because it was a scandal and people took kind of notice of it. And now very smartly, probably. I'd imagine he knew exactly what he was doing when he was doing that. Or it might have just happened across it, like, fuck, should we just sell it now? Because
Yeah, I
there's
think
part of me that,
yeah,
like,
you don't
maybe they
know, do
would
you?
have, but you don't really know. You might have been like, shit, because that got a lot of traction, especially how big
Mm.
the creatine has been, like what you were talking about before the show, right? Because even like my mother-in-law had been taking it when she was over
Mm.
here, and I'm like, that's not a person who she doesn't go to the gym. She's not doing it for muscle benefit or anything like that. It's more like longevity and it's gotten into filtrated
Mm.
into like some of my clients, like they're like 60 years old, but their wives are taking it. And I'm like, all right, this isn't due to like cell swell and trying to get expansion of like muscle tissue. This is not to do with that. This is to do with like
Yeah.
cognitive stuff. So it's like, okay, whilst that is big and the hype is there, strike, try and put it down to build it back up again. So it's
Yeah.
super interesting because it's not the first thing he's like, obviously Neutronic and stuff like that. I know he's put his name to TRT stuff, which he
Yeah.
openly has like done a lot of stuff with, which I can't. Apparently, obviously, they're probably looking at us in terms of demographic. I seem to get their fucking adverts all the time. Um, Now I get them even more. Now I've just set it into my phone. Wonderful.
Yeah, I find yeah, I think I get hit with their stuff a fair bit. Again, I think it must be age, demographic, or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about him promoting that stuff. It kind of for someone that was again so against steroids and doing it. And I guess he's going on the route of how he feels and stuff. I think he's just developed. I think he's just, you can't hold someone to the standard that they were talking about 7, 8 years ago. I guess the people change and things move on and all that sort of stuff, right?
Mm,
But yeah, like I sit here and say I've got no doubt that he knows business and he understands how to develop markets and how to help people um, with the products he gives and all that sort of stuff. Um, I will always say that I don't think he's the best person to help people with their online fitness business, not just because you might see him as a competitor, but like the way that he did it was so far removed from how most people do it. Is
yeah,
that he went viral, he did Facebook Lives, he became a big household name, and he never ever delivered one-on-one online coaching. He always did groups, sold out launches. Yes, he did an email listing, but it was very much a case of like it's like shooting, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's like
yeah.
I think you're
He
going to find
he
some people that want it. Do you know what I mean? Like
he
whether it was
got
optimal or
there
not, it's not
through
being on it.
he got there through his social media presence rather than perhaps his coaching ability. Let's
Correct.
be
Yeah, and
honest. Yeah.
and 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 also as well that the results and stuff like that. Again, it's like were they actually as good as they could have been, or was there a little bit of like actually it was just a case of like he had that many people do it, and again, there's all those things. So whether he's right or right for people to follow from that point of view is my question. But again, I don't doubt that he's very very good, like we just said about what he's doing now with the business stuff, like how he's looked at new tonic, how he's looked at creatine, very very smart. Again, like good, used his personal branding to do it, which I don't think anyone can argue with, to
Mm.
be honest.
Yeah, but it's an important take for like I think we've said it for everybody, and I say it on nearly every sales call. Why me? Like
Yeah.
you could go with anybody else. Like at the end of the day,
Hmm.
why have you decided to be on the call with me today and not Dan
Yeah.
or whomever, average Joe, like an athletic trainer, who could probably deliver the same similar service, blah 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 blah. But it's because of like, oh, I like what you put out there. I think I like your personality. You seem honest. You seem this, blah blah blah. All that kind of crap is always what comes up, right? It's always like, oh,
Yeah.
or you've got like positive reinforcement from somebody else, like an affiliation with something that they enjoy, blah blah
Hmm.
blah, all that kind of stuff. Like the other big ones with me, if people want to shout out of like why why go and do challenges and shit. My last two signups. Oh, Tom, I want to go and do a 70.3. I know you've done those, and you were probably in the same position as me. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I
You
was
hate
shit at
it, and
it.
I want to hate it. Yeah.
I was shit at it, but I know how to get through it. So if you want me to help you do that, then yeah,
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, if you look at lacking for content and stuff like that, then hey, just do something yourself. It's the same. I'm sure James Smith
Mm.
does as well. For I'm sure he did all the way through. Like he was his own brand the whole time. But
Hmm.
interesting. Right, let's move on to this topic, mate. Nice, because you've got an opinion on AI, but super interesting. It's an interesting. I'll get the message up. So, I currently have a ACL rehab client. We're probably, I don't know, 4, 5 months removed, probably now, from his surgery and stuff. So making really good progress. Blah blah blah. I've written stuff, but obviously, liaising with physiotherapy with the physio anyway. Blah blah blah. But this is a bit of a hit home for physiotherapists. Okay, more than perhaps, but I'm sure it would happen for personal trainers. Okay, he still comes and sees me as much as he like has ever done or whatever. Blah blah blah. We've made great progress, and he trusts what I say. But to the extent like he's not going to see his physiotherapist, he can't be bothered because he doesn't see the benefit of it over me. And from what he sent me this week was I've been having a bit of a chat with chat GPT about my like ACL rehab and if this it's suggesting these refinements and what I can do now based off the pain that I've told it and stuff like that. So and he sent it all the results to me that I could look at. I was like, what? It was a weird one for me to receive because obviously I know I'm coaching him and all the stuff that ChatGPT have thrown out, I kind of agree with, and it's all stuff that we have been doing, but it's never going to replace me because it can't coach. Number one, it can't see what's in front
Mm.
of them. It hasn't got the scope of being like, all right, what actually quality, high intensity, low tier, blah blah blah, like plyos can we put in? What's the stuff that he's been doing already, the alternating load emphasis, all this kind of crap. Um, but it has taken away the perhaps, and this is probably what doctors and physios get, the perhaps need to continue going to the physiotherapist.
Mm.
Obviously, he's got me in his camp, right? Okay, cool. I'm not a physiotherapist, and I'll never say I will be, but probably after 5 months of rehab, I probably know as much as the physio about
Yeah,
like
yeah. I think
training
if there's
a little
anything
bit
like that, there's a
more, right?
protocol like that. There's a protocol to follow. Like you say, I
Mm,
think it's like, and you know that a physio is going to follow the protocol. Then, well, yeah.
yeah, it's
I
an
think people are going
interesting
to be
one.
accountable to, like, for example, an ACL rehab. You're going to be accountable to doing it because you want to get back fit again, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to
Mm,
do the stages. You're going to do the rehab.
mm,
The thing I find
mm.
amazing about rehab and injuries and then normal training is how people will rehab diligently until they stop feeling pain.
Yeah,
Then they go back to doing what they did before. And it's funny how what pain can do to people, how that physical pain is so different to the mental pain and the struggle and all those things. The accountability is there instantly, which is why I think ChatGPT will do those things for people. It will be able to provide
so
a 6 week return to running plan from an ACL injury because you go,
yeah.
well, I'll do it because I want to get back moving.
Literally. And obviously the ability it doesn't have is like being able to see the coach's eye in terms of the springiness, the sponginess of
Of
what
course,
that
yeah.
ACL can do and the testing protocols of what it should be able to do, right? So in theory, because we did do a test, we did like his lateral kind of hop test before and like a plate hop test. And then obviously he put his numbers into ChatGPT. Of course he had to find out because I was like, this one needs work, right? We need to get this to this, this to this. I know the
But
numbers
surely
off the top of my head.
but you'll see like compensations and things he's doing to go, that number's not accurate. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be putting that number in because you haven't done that properly. Like, whereas he'll think he has, or
Yeah,
whatever.
correct. So,
Yeah.
but it was super interesting though because it was just something I wasn't expecting. I know he uses it a lot. This is just like a high street CEO, right? And he uses like AI all the fucking time, like for all of his work with people, blah blah blah. Which I think he's gonna get caught out at some point. At the moment, it seems a bit like I don't know, or he'll be like, "I've done it, bush, off you go," based on the stories of what he's done. So it's super interesting how he's utilizing it to run a massive like company and bring up like
What
certain
I,
things.
I mean, just on this scenario in particular, what I worry about with that is that a high level CEO should be able to think better than ChatGPT, right? Is I'm like
Yeah.
everyday folk are using that to come up with the so how would I manage this? How would I do this? Let's just say as an example, right? I'm like, it's not going to give you a high level unless he's using it to get a baseline and go, well, I disagree with that. I'd change that. I'd change this. I
which
don't know, but
is which
it's
is
strange, isn't it?
like I use it for. So people I'm going in terms of like writing lectures, for example, really easy to like set out blah 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 how I should like run a 45-minute lecture on this 45-minute lecture, blah 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 blah. Gives me the skeleton, and then I build off based off my expertise of like insert this
Mm,
video. This is where I want to talk about that. This is how this is going to happen. This skeleton. Actually, you've missed out this bit. Is what I would trigger. Like, cool, that baseline content, which would take me fucking 45 minutes to review, recycle, put down. It'll take it like 2 minutes. It's fine. That's what I believe that people like me, for example, would use it for at the moment.
mm,
And it's certainly probably good for bits of programming, but not total programming. Because I could I've done reviews of these before, ChatGPT over like for High Rocks, which was ironically better than the fucking My Protein ones or the Pure Gym ones that coaches actually written. And I was like, well, this is damning for you guys. Fuck me. Um, but coming out. So, but yeah, really interesting because it's not obviously not coming for people's jobs, but this is more of maybe if something you see if there's a physio having this, or maybe proving your worth in the first like 2, 3 months of coaching, or especially because this physio would know they were coming to see me, but he was seeing them privately, and he's just like, I don't really need to go back to see them, right? I'm like,
mm.
I've said yes, I want you to, because I need like the sign off from certain things. I need to know I'm doing in accordance to the physio tests and some of the range of motion tests that I don't know. Like, are these okay? These kind of lateral tests or plyo tests and stuff to do. because he'll have a better eye for it than I would. Much like if he wants to do fucking vertical jump testing, I'll have a better eye for it than he would.
Mm.
But he's not there yet. So yeah, super interesting. I thought I've never had it from
Interesting.
a
Mm.
one-to-one client before.
I mean,
From
I'll be honest, like with AI, I don't use it that much. I think a lot of the work that I do is, like I said, I do a lot of calls, I do content and emails, and I just write my own stuff. I can see how people would use
Mm,
it for stuff. Like, I get that. Like, one of my clients, he's really into, I think I've mentioned this before, he's really into his, like, he's big on training and performance, doesn't really do the fat loss stuff with his clients. He's very much around, powerful athletes, creating powerful athletes, right? And he gets them to fill out daily readiness scores.
I've
So every
seen that,
morning they
yeah, on
go
his
in.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, every day they go in and fill out the daily readiness scores. And he would spend an hour and a half going through pretty much everyone's readiness scores, figuring out who needs a
Mm,
bit of change and something like that. He now has a chat GBT AI prompt. It took him a little while to figure out, but he clicks this button, goes to make his coffee, and comes back and it's gone through all the data, used all their historic data, and it's gone, these ones need flagging, these ones need a little bit of help, these ones are all great. So that each day he goes in and just sends messages to those that are struggling or those that need a little bit of, like, okay, your readiness score is a little bit low. We need to move training to this day to this day. So it's a lot more athletic based. Like how I would imagine a lot of maybe football clubs and sports science departments will start to
mm.
use this data. It's just that AI starts flagging it rather than you needing to look at it and compare it to previous data. It does it for you as you input it. It goes, by the way, compared to the last 3 weeks, this is low in the lower quartile of the, whatever. You might want to look at this person and make sure they're not overtraining or whatever, blah, blah. So it's that sort of stuff that I think it could be really useful for. But I just don't, and this isn't me being a dinosaur because I do want to try and use it. I just don't have anything within what we do that actually would take a load of time away from me. One thing I will say though about it that I'm wary of, I think I filled it in. That was it. It was when we moved back to the UK. I was giving it some data, and I was going, right, if I was to earn this much from this place, this much from this place, what would my tax burden be if I was to move back to the UK? Blah blah. Right. And it gave out all these numbers, and I did a rough calculation on my own in my spreadsheet of what just rough numbers that I knew off the top of my head, right? And I went through it all, and I was just like reading. I was like, that's wrong. And I just replied, and I was like, I think you've forgotten that when you're an additional rate taxpayer, you lose your personal allowance. And it went, oh yeah, you're right. I have missed that. And I went, hang on a minute. I was like, if someone's using this for their
Yeah,
tax return, and I was like, even I know that as a basic rule. Like that's not even like an advanced loophole or anything. That's just basic, right? And then I did it again, and it was like, hang on a minute. I was like, it's still wrong. I was like, and then I went in and I was like, the dividend tax for like additional rate taxpayer will be 39, not 33. And they went, good spot. No, no, it should be me spotting this. I was like, how have you got this wrong? This is like ready information. So that's why I worry about people over reliance on it. Is just taking it as read as going, this is right. And I'm like, I've used it a
yeah.
few times and I've gone, is this correct? Like, have you double checked your working? And the amount of times it's gone, no, you're right, actually. No, you're right, actually. No, I needed to check that. I didn't. And I just kind of go, is this where we need it to be for the level people are using it at?
Yeah.
That's some basic shit in it. That's not high level thinking. That's just some basic number crunching that a spreadsheet can do. So yeah, I just wonder a lot of people using it, like I said, for data and numbers and crunching numbers for you. I'm like, just check that it
Oh,
gets it
100%.
right.
Like some of the stuff, like I would say for lecture writing, I have to double check and just be like, because obviously I know it all. I just want it to structure it for
Mm,
me. And it's like, because I've written that as well. I was like, I think you've missed out this, or certain for like
hmm
strength data and stuff like that. I think this happens when that happens. They're like, yeah, well done, good job. Or like power and speed training, but certain like thresholds of like VBTs and stuff. And I'm like, that's not correct. That research isn't ready. Especially with so that came up in obviously Nick's thing about like players. See, it's an area I know pretty well. And so in terms of the contacts that he was meant to be doing. And I was like, there's no, like, it's giving you a gospel number there, mate. I'm like, there is no research that dictates that those are the numbers. It's literally like from
mm,
20 contacts up to 120 contacts. There's nothing that says definitively these are the correct things. It is trial and error on basically pain thresholds and CNS thresholds based off when I see you week to week.
mm.
It's giving you a number which is picking out of its ass. I was like, I know there's no research for that says that, which is really annoying when you see it online as well, with people putting contacts out. You're like, it's not really there,
Mm.
unfortunately. So yeah, you just still
It's
have
also
to
still really
fact
fucking
check.
obvious when you use it for content, by the way. Just to let everyone
Oh yeah.
know.
Yeah, very well. Unfortunately.
That I don't know if I'm just more acutely aware of it now. I know what to look out for, but even when people take out the dashes and they take out the here's the truth, there's still so many giveaways in it that I can spot an absolute mile away. So just be wary again if you
Yeah,
are using it.
because I
Fuck
use it
me.
for like Gemini for when I'm recording like hot seats and stuff, and like the summaries are just so different to how I would write them. They're insane. They're just like,
Mm,
of course AI has written that. Nobody would write like that ever. So it's always so
mm,
crazy. But for making something into a table, fucking cracking a lot quicker than
mm.
me. So.
Yeah.
All right, I agree, mate. All right, perfect. Any other business?
Not for me. We're all good. We're all good.
No, not from me. We're all fantastic. If you want my webinar, it is obviously still going to be up there. Free shit. Go find it. Yeah, all
Go
good,
find
mate.
it. See you later.
Go find it. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.